everybody, and welcome back to the Bielsa Stand podcast. This is Series 2, Episode 3. Hope everyone is well, and let's get straight into this episode. So since the last podcast, a lot has happened. We've had some games, we've had some transfers. So let's talk about the recent game that Leeds United played in the Cup against Salford away. Gary Neville was there. The likes of Paul Scholes were there. And Leeds lose through penalties. Obviously, ex-Leeds United player Matt Smith scores with his head. He scores via header. And then later on in the second half, in the 76th minute, Captain Pascal Struijk equalises. And he was captain for this game. And then obviously after 90 minutes, it goes straight to penalties. The penalty misses for Leeds was Rutter. And then Salford missed. And then it was down to Shackleton and Shaq Smith. So, yeah, we're out of the Cup. Salford reaches round 3 for the first time in their history, I believe. And, it's a typical Leeds United Cup run. We don't do well in the Cup in recent years, as we know. So that's a game that we can move on from. Focus on the league. Obviously, since I last spoke to you, Leeds United played Ipswich, where we actually won a game. Yes, first game we won since April. The goal scorers were Sinisterra, Summerfield, Nonto, and Rutter. What a goal for Rutter. A beautiful solo goal, going past a few players, scoring. And it was a good game. Obviously, Ipswich are a good team. They got promoted and they were top of the league before this game. So, it's nice to get a result. It's nice to finally get a win back for Leeds United. Hopefully, this will help the boys. Joel Perreault made his debut on new number 7, who we signed from Swansea. Great to see him. Hopefully he'll be our main striker for this season. Hopefully he won't get injured. And I'm sure he'll score loads of goals for us, hopefully. And look, he's a much better player from Patrick Bamford, so I'm very happy to see Perreault through the door at Leeds. He's obviously proven it at Swansea. He's played at Swansea previously. He's had a very good scoring record there in the last couple of seasons. So, that's what we needed to do. We needed to bring in the top championship players. So, Perreault comes in. So, yes, it's very exciting regarding that. Another player that has come through the door was Djed Spence from Tottenham Hotspurs. Obviously, he started off his career at Middlesbrough. He moved to Nottingham Forest on loan, and I think that was the season they got promoted. Spurs then thought, you know what, let's buy another young English talent that we won't play. So he comes into Spurs. Then at the back end of last season, he went to Rennes on loan. He made 8 appearances. He's only made 4 appearances for Spurs. And Leeds United have confirmed Spence to join on a season-long loan. I don't think there's any obligation to buy or anything, but it'd be interesting to see what this means for Luke Ayling. This will probably mean he'll be a bench player. There's been a lot of talks about Cody Drama leaving. He's been linked to a lot of clubs. Obviously, when recording this, let's timestamp it at 2:30 on the 31st of August 23. He's still a Leeds player at this current time, but I think in the next couple of days we'll see a lot of movement regarding Mr. Cody Drama. I mean, according to Phil Hay, he has reported that Cody Drama isn't in the plans for Leeds United, right? But Birmingham City are in the driving seat regarding signing him. Apparently, there's been other clubs as well, but Birmingham City looks like the likely destination for Cody Drama. I think they want him on a long season loan, which is looking likely, so he'll probably leave at the end of his contract, which is a bit disappointing because I don't think he'll sign an extension. I don't think anything's going to happen for Leeds after this season, so he'll go to Birmingham, likely play the season there, and then he'll be a free agent next season. A player that has left Leeds United in the last day or so has been Sam Greenwood. Obviously, he featured a couple of times this season. He came off the bench against Salford, but he has joined Middlesbrough. He's joined Michael Carrick for the season, so he's off up north for the season, and I think that's a good move for him. He'll probably get more game time. I don't think he's on Leeds' level, to be honest. I don't think he'll ever be on our level, but you know what? Maybe he'll do well at Middlesbrough. he'll get the game time, and he might prove himself the next season. He could be part of this Leeds United team, but at this moment of time I don't see it. But as I say, Sam Greenwood has left Leeds United to join Middlesbrough on a season-long loan. Very interesting transfer news here coming out of The Athletic. Now, this isn't really Leeds United related, but Bonucci, ex-Juventus Milan centre-back, obviously played for Italy as well, is moving to Union Berlin. So he's going to Germany, and he will be teaming up with Brendan Aronson. So Brendan Aronson will be playing with Bonucci, the legendary Italian centre-back. Another big transfer that has happened has been Balogun, the young American striker. Obviously came through the Arsenal team, has moved to Monaco for about 40 million euros, which works out just under 35 million pounds. So the 22-year-old will be joining the League One club. I think one of the most surprising transfers of this last week has been Ansu Fati, the Barcelona player, 20-year-old, came through La Masia, has joined Brighton, it seems. Yes, he's joined Brighton on a season-long loan with no obligation to buy. He's made 9 caps for Spain. He's won La Liga with Barcelona last season. He scored 7 goals in 36 games. Tottenham have been linked to him, but it looks like Ansu Fati will be joining Brighton. He spoke to the manager there, and that convinced him. He liked the project there. So yeah, Fati, the young Spanish international, the Barcelona wonder kid, has joined Brighton on a season-long loan. Another big transfer that has happened in the last day or so has been Kyle Palmer. The youngster from Manchester City will be joining Chelsea, it seems like. I think the fee is around about 45 million pounds. So he's leaving Manchester City to join Chelsea. Chelsea have brought in a lot of players, especially in that midfield role. They've brought in Lavia, Caicedo. Now they're bringing in Kyle Palmer. And Chelsea could be a team to watch out this season. They obviously spent a lot of money. They're transforming the squad over the last 2 or so seasons. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see if Kyle Palmer actually fits into the team and how his game time will be impacted by moving to Chelsea. But yeah, I mean, a big fee, and he joins Chelsea. Talking about midfielders, and especially midfielders linked to Liverpool, obviously there was a lot of talk about Caicedo and Lavia potentially joining Liverpool this summer. However, there are negotiations between Liverpool and Bayern Munich to sign Ryan Gravenberch. Obviously, he came through the Ajax Academy. He played for Ajax and then moved to Bayern Munich last season. And he hasn't had much game time over the last season or so. So apparently Liverpool are very interested and expect to make a formal offer for the 21-year-old Netherlands international. So the name Nat Phillips has been linked to Leeds all summer. All summer there's been talks Nat Phillips will be joining Leeds United potentially. However, it now looks like Celtic are now the front runners to sign the Liverpool centre-back Nat Phillips on a season-long loan. So it doesn't look like he'll be coming to Yorkshire. Instead, he'll be joining Celtic up north in Scotland for the whole season. So that's a done deal, it looks like. Now moving on to Wolves, another Premier League team that struggled last season and looks like they'll struggle this season. Nunes, the Wolves centre midfielder, looks like he'll be leaving to join Manchester City. The clubs are in agreement on a £55 million fee or so. So Nunes looks like he'll be leaving Wolves to join Manchester City. And if we look at the transfer window, and certain clubs have done very well, including Aston Villa. Aston Villa have agreed to sign Lange, the Barcelona centre-back. The French international obviously was at Spurs last season, right? He looks like he'll be joining Aston Villa on a season-long loan. Obviously last season he made 35 appearances for Tottenham in all competitions. So yeah, Lanier will be joining Aston Villa on a season-long loan. Right, now let's get straight back into transfer news regarding Leeds United. At this moment of time, whilst recording, Leeds United are likely to bring in two midfielders. First being Glenn Kamara, who's been linked to Leeds for a while now, and it seems that it's finally happening. Glenn Kamara will be joining Leeds United, as it seems, as well as the Bulgarian international, the Vernon Bremen midfielder, Gurev, I think is how you pronounce his name. He's 23 years old. He's a Bulgarian international. He's played in Germany, obviously. And Leeds United are heavily focusing on central midfielders in the closing days of the transfer window. As I say, it looks like we'll be bringing in two at least, with him and Glenn Kamara. The deal seems to be about £5 million. He made 31 appearances last season for the Bundesliga team, operating as a defensive midfielder, so bringing in another defensive midfield player. Obviously, Leeds United have been linked with other midfielders, including Kenny McLean, but apparently Norwich are reluctant to let him go, so that deal probably won't happen. But yeah, the Glenn Kamara deal looks like to also be about £5 million. The 27-year-old Finnish player. He's obviously played in Scotland for a while now. He's been looking for a move away from Rangers, quite interestingly. He hasn't really been involved in the season so far. And as I say, Leeds United are looking to bolster their midfield options, as Sam Greenwood, as I said earlier, has left. So we are a bit light. So bringing in Glenn Kamara and this other guy from Vernon Brennan seems like good business. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see if these transfers work out. I mean, again, they're quite cheap, so if they don't work out, it's not a major issue. But I am slightly concerned because last season, obviously, we brought in a lot of players on the cheap. As said, we bought not proven championship players. But that was when Rads was in charge with Victor Orta, whilst now we've got the 49ers, so hopefully these transfers are more likely to work, especially with Victor Orta not in the driving seat. As well as transfers, Leeds United actually have a game this weekend, believe it or not, and it is a Yorkshire derby. It is against Sheffield Wednesday, yes. This is a home fixture for Leeds United, so it'll be held at Ellen Road on Saturday, the 2nd of September, 2023. Leeds United versus Sheffield at 3 o'clock. So some stats for you. Leeds United have only won one of the last 6 league games against Sheffield Wednesday. Leeds have had 2 draws, 3 losses and a 1-0 home win in April 2019 under Marcelo Bielsa. With Leeds United beating Ipswich Town last weekend, Leeds are looking to win consecutively league games for the first time since October-November 2022, so almost 1 year since Leeds United have won 2 games in a row in the league. When it comes to win probability, Leeds United have a 66% chance, Sheffield Wednesday with a 14% and 20% draw between these two teams. Right, so now let's look at the league table. Sheffield Wednesday are bottom in 24th with 0 points after 4 games and 4 losses. Huddersfield Town are in 23rd place with 1 point. Middlesbrough 22nd in the relegation zone with a -6 goal difference. Obviously, Sam Greenwood has joined them. Rotherham 21st. Swansea, who Joe Perot to play for, is currently sat in 20th. QPR 19th. Sunderland 18th. Cardiff 17th. Now let's go up a bit. Leeds United are 13th. 4 games, 1 win, 2 draws, 1 loss, 7 goals scored, 7 goals conceded, 0 goal difference, 5 points. Leeds are 13th. Now let's look at the top 6. Leading the championship at this weekend's opening games are Leicester City in first place, Norwich City second, Daniel Farke's old team, Sam Byram's old team, Birmingham are third. Birmingham are having a good start. Southampton are fourth, Preston fifth, and obviously with Ipswich losing, they are now down to 6th place in the championship. Now underneath them are West Brom and Hull. Blackburn are currently sat in 9th place. Stoke City are 10th. Millwall 11th, and Coventry are 12th, just above Leeds United. predictions for this weekend's game: Sunderland versus Southampton. Southampton 2-0. Swansea versus Bristol. I'm going to go for a 1-0 draw. Birmingham versus Millwall. Birmingham to score 1-0 and win. Ipswich versus Cardiff. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Ipswich. Rotherham versus Norwich. Going to go for 4-0 to Norwich City there. Coventry versus Watford is going to be 1-0 to Coventry. Leeds United versus Sheffield Wednesday. I'm going to say Leeds win this. I'm going to go for 3-0. Pro scoring 2. And who knows who's going to score the third one. Maybe Shackleton. Then Plymouth versus Blackburn. I'm going to go for 0-0. Leicester versus Hull. I'm going to go for a surprise 1-0 Hull win in that game. Stoke City versus Preston. Let's just go wild and say 4-0 Stoke. Why not? Middlesbrough versus QPR. Two teams who haven't started well this season. I'm going to go for a 1-0 Middlesbrough win. Sam Greenwood with the free kick in that game. Then West Brom versus Huddersfield Town. Huddersfield Town are currently in the relegation zone, not doing well. I'm going to go for a West Brom win, 2-0 there. So that's my predictions for this weekend's games. What is yours? Let me know. So a bit of an update regarding transfers and Leeds United in the past couple of hours. So we've brought in the midfielder from Werder Bremen, the Bulgarian. Kamara not far behind, so that will probably happen in the next few hours, I reckon. Drame looks like he'll be departing on loan, as I said before, probably to Birmingham City. Darko looks like he'll be going on loan as well, so Darko won't be featuring for Leeds this season, I don't think, with that news. And then Sinistera, apparently there's plenty of interest in Sinistera, so there could be some late movement regarding Cine leaving Leeds United. It's not much of a secret that he wants to play at a higher level, so he obviously wants to play in the Premier League or a first division somewhere. So Sinistera could be making a late move from Leeds United. Now, with that all being said, thank you very much for listening to episode 3 of series 2 of the Bielsa Stand podcast. Remember to check us out on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all of our social medias at the Bielsa Stand. Remember to share it to your favourite footballer. Like, comment, subscribe, do all those good things, and I'll catch you later.